Hey everybody, it's Rantings and Ravings, and yes, somebody is with me. Guys, she's watched this. And yes, I know I'm like a week and a half or 2 weeks late on this, but I wanted to fully digest it. And I know she wanted to as well, so that way we can actually give to you our thoughts about the two big trailers that came out of San Diego Comic-Con. Because, let's be honest here, we've not been the fairest to DC. Or at least people would say we're not being very nice to it. Especially over their latest incarnations dealing with the DC Entertainment Universe, I think is what they're calling it.
Cinematic.
Well, Marvel calls it cinematic. DC calls it DCEU. That's the reason why I think it's
DCCU.
a bunch of C's, that's all I know. But no. But to be fair, we kind of shit on them. To be fair, Warner Brothers deserves it, though, at least in my regards. Because I've seen all three that they have done, and none of them have been good. The best has been Suicide Squad, and that was a squandering, I think, of a lot of talent. And that's the most I'm going to go into. You want to see my actual...
I didn't see it.
Yeah, she didn't see it.
I had to work.
Yeah, I'll take you to go see it, maybe like this weekend or something.
Okay.
Maybe... Because also, I was going to go see South Park. I'm not sure how big you want to see that movie. It looks hilarious. But, beyond Suicide Squad probably being the best, and I still don't think it's a good movie, Man of Steel, which was terrible, and then Batman vs. Superman, which somehow, underneath the very low bar Man of Steel said, fell under it.
Yeah, it's like, for those that frequent skating rinks, they do the limbo thing. Mm-hmm. And there are some people that can like do a split and go underneath. It's like that's when Batman vs Superman did. It's like, how did you manage to accomplish this?
No, Batman vs Superman managed to knock off the bar because they were so terrible. Pretty much, it's like when the bar is set like at 8 foot tall, but somehow they jump up to hit it. It's like, somehow you accomplish worse. But yes, as you can see, we want to talk about the two big trailers that came out over Wonder Woman and Justice League. And I have a small little thing I want to talk about, which is, why is Wonder Woman coming out after Suicide Squad and Justice League? From the seems of it, I think Wonder Woman comes out in 2017. I think it comes out in tail end of next year, and Justice League is the beginning. Why? Or Justice League is like in 2018, I think, maybe. I think they pushed it. But still, it's like, why isn't Wonder Woman before Suicide Squad?
Well, as long as before Justice League.
Even though technically it's not leading into Justice League, it's leading back into Batman vs. Superman. Again, an
Which
issue.
then leads into Justice League.
Yeah. Strangely enough.
And this pure coincidence that I'm wearing this today.
Same. Just happen to be wearing Joker. Hey, see, people, I like DC in certain regards.
To an extent.
Yeah. Until they're quit being stupid.
Yeah, I'm more of a DC fan than I am Marvel. Even I have to admit, DC, y'all dropped the ball.
A lot.
I mean, just with Man of Steel, I was like, can we go back and like just wipe that from our memories? That just total raping of Superman's character. Because Zack Snyder doesn't fucking get who Superman is.
I don't think he gets superheroes. I think that's his biggest issue. Because
the same unless they're like tragic and angsty. It's like, they don't have to be tragic and angsty to be a superhero. In fact, a lot of superheroes start off very, how you do? Like very upbeat. Like Superman and Flash and...
So if you think about Superman's backstory, he's very tragic.
Yeah, but he kind of...
He didn't have control over it. It's not like with Bruce Wayne where he watched his family get murdered in front of him.
Yeah, and besides that, Superman, he took this tragic backstory and just... He tried to do good in the world, tried to help humanity.
Yeah, same with Batman.
Yeah, he took it to a darker place. took it with a darker tone.
I want to make the criminals fear me. So he dresses up like a bat? Of all things, like, bats aren't that scary.
Well, because he always explains, like, he's afraid of bats, and so he takes the symbol that he's afraid of and makes criminal spirit.
Yeah. It's still
But
silly.
we're not... It's like, we need to talk about Justice League and Wonder Woman trailers.
Yeah, the first one, talk about Wonder Woman, because I do think it's going to come out first. Right.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. They've been working on this one for a little while. It was supposed to actually come out before Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was supposed to come out in 2017. Wonder Woman this year. Which would have made a lot more sense. But hey, why makes sense, DC? Y'all haven't done a damn good superhero movie since Dark Knight. Only been 8 years. Gives a shit, eh? I'm sorry, Dark Knight came out in 2007, didn't it? That's what we got phones for. But anyway. You know, mine's also like her over there, too. Yeah, with Wonder Woman, I've actually been wanting to see a Wonder Woman movie for a while. I want to see Wonder Woman be done well, but I'm also really reluctant against a Wonder Woman movie because I'm worried that it's not going to get her character. Because her character's a little difficult to understand, and a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah, you go from one extreme to another.
Yeah, you either get her, like, pro-feminist...
Like,
Nazi.
Yeah, kind of a feminazi, man-hating, possible BDSM, lesbian...
Yeah.
So you go from... Some end up going that extreme, the others end up go
super
another extreme.
Cartoony.
Yeah, where... Everything she does is dependent on a man. Like, the fact she's, like, this big symbol of feminism and girl power
And also the fact that sometimes they make it just a little way too silly, and it's one of the big issues with the show, the original Wonder Woman show, is that they really they made her way too goofy. But to be fair, Wonder Woman's backstory and everything wasn't very fleshed out. So I'm not going to completely blame them. Now, with that being said, I already
2008.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I remember it came out the same year as Iron Man, if I'm not mistaken.
You know how long that's been for me? I've slept since then.
Yep. But with Wonder Woman, like I said, we're both looking forward to. I was looking forward to it, and constantly kept hearing about it. There was supposed to be a Wonder Woman show. I have actually seen the original pilot they did, even though they never officially released it.
Not Adrian Palicki. Although they were originally talking about casting her.
Yeah.
I think who they ended up casting was Megan Fox.
No, it wasn't Megan Fox.
No?
They were wanting to originally cast Megan Fox. There was a big backlash. It was some other lady. I can't remember. But...
Or maybe it was Adrian Palicki that I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was Adrian Palicki, I believe. But it actually was kind of good. I liked the pilot. Its CGI was a little crap, but I mean, it's something from CW. What do you expect? CGI is only slightly worse than Doctor Who. Yeah, I managed to piss off two different fan bases there. The fools who watch CW and the fools who watch Doctor Who. You're all fools, I don't care.
I had at least one friend who watched both.
Sad. Let's have no life. But...
Today's her birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Happy birthday.
But, as we talk about with, like, Wonder Woman, finally they said, we're going to do a Wonder Woman movie. They've fucked around with it for quite a bit. Like, this has been pre-production hell and in production hell for shit. Mostly thanks to Zack Snyder and what he was wanting to do, and he was wanting a lot of overall control over how DC was going to take care of its cinematic universe. And thankfully, you can sort of only see the barest bits of Zack Snyder's meddling. I'm pretty sure he's going to be a producer cred on this movie. But this new trailer, it doesn't look like any of these last two movies. Thank God.
For one thing, the lighting's brighter.
Yeah, it's like, hey, someone turn the light on.
Yeah, like, it's still kind of dark. Like, it kind of gives you a feel like World War II.
But it's supposed to be set World War I, actually.
World War I? Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why it was trenches and shit like that. You saw a lot of rifles and a whole lot of machine guns. World War One,
early 20th century.
yeah,
It's like that kind of dismal, war-like.
muddy.
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like, it still gives you that feel with that kind of slightly dark tone, but not Zack Snyder dark.
Yeah, it just feels like a good war movie.
And definitely not Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, dear God. Star Trek Beyond still is like, turn the light on.
Aziz, light.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I was watching the trailer, I'm like, that actually looks good. Sure, a lot of it is reminding me of Captain America First Avenger.
Yeah.
Because we can't copy Marvel enough. Oh, we're not doing World War II, we'll do World War One. Doesn't make it a whole lot better and not seem like you aren't still trying to steal their shtick a bit. But hey, it looks fun. Wonder Woman's costume looks really good. It looks like this kind of like plated armor, which I love.
It actually looks like her outfit as opposed to whatever the hell she wore in the Batman vs Superman.
That was because everything was tinted like a brown or like a gray. Yeah. It's something a lot of movies are doing, especially a lot of Zack Snyder movies. Like if you notice, a lot of movies do that. I think I said it in
a different video. Can you like ban this man from directing for a while?
Warner Bros. Was thinking about it. They're like, let's see, maybe you shouldn't do anymore. Yeah. I mean, it looks fun. I like Chris Pine. He looks funny. Like he's gonna be a ball.
You're a man?
Yes.
Do I not look like one?
Yeah, like it still makes me laugh. And I'll say Gal Gadot, how do you pronounce
Gal Gadot, I think.
She looks like she's actually going to be able to act. I know people are like, oh, she did well in Batman vs Superman. I can't really say. She had 3 lines, I think.
Yeah, she wasn't in a whole lot, and her accent kept changing.
Yeah, her accent would go from like a Greek kind of sounding accent, now a Hispanic accent. All right, now we're going to go Spanish accent. Can you decide one? It just all wandered all over the place.
Yep.
Poor lady. But this, I mean, we got Amazonians fighting against Germans with bows and arrows and just jumping, leaping over them. It looks fun. That's the thing we've been wanting from these DC movies, is we're wanting fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we understand you can't always have a dark, or you're going to have a dark character like Batman or something. And he can't always have fun, but it can still be at least interesting. Which is something the past 2 movies, or past 3 movies, haven't been able to do. None of them been interesting. Hell, again, I'm not going to try and talk too much about Suicide Squad because I don't want to spoil you, but it's not a very fun movie once the action starts happening.
I want to see Suicide Squad for myself. See for my own curiosity, make up my own mind.
Yeah. But I'll just tell you, it's fun the first little bit whenever it's very David Ayer-ish. Which, again, is not telling you too much. I'm not spoiling too much, unless you watch a lot of David Ayer movies. But after that, it's nothing. It's a nothing movie.
It looks colorful from the trailers, but
nah, the colorful issue is not really a big problem. Though everybody looks the same, I barely could tell you one character from the other. But on top of everything, like I said, it's just not fun. It doesn't have that fun factor. I mean, people are like, oh, people are just Marvel fanboys. No, we like to, if we're going to watch a comic book movie, we want to be able to have fun. A comic book movie is not about realism. You have a dude dressing up in a costume to scare villains or to track down villains. We don't need realism. We don't need to have this grittiness. Even Batman,
In fact, I was just saying that gritty realism.
The issues with Dark Knight Rises, it did try to have fun, but it also tried way too many plot threads. And it was way too long of a movie. It was nearly 3-hour long trot and doing this.
Yeah, just too much tension building up.
And it never felt like it had a good payoff.
Yeah, so I was about to say that. It's like, payoff was just kind of...
It's
yeah, they were wanting like a big bang. It's like, just a little...
Yeah,
little,
the money shot wasn't there. No good money shot.
I was thinking more like fireworks. And like those little snap things.
Poppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. One thing my dad scared the crap out of me stepmom with.
And you.
No,
You jumped out of your skin, but either way.
I saw him sneaking around to scare her, but anyway.
But yeah, it's like somebody shooting off this big one. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's like that was it. Think of like cone heads without like where it exploded eventually. Like he just shot this one little firework. This is what I did. But then like it exploded big. Dark Knight Rises has none of that explodey big. It just kind of. And this, I'm hoping it doesn't carry that tradition, but like I said, it looks fun at least. It looks like.
Yeah, they not only lightened up the lighting, but also some of the tone, like
The mood and.
yeah, like some of the jokes.
Yeah, there actually seems to be a few jokes.
Yeah, Chris Pine, he's got good comedic timing.
And he's charismatic as could be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no wonder they chose him for Captain Kirk.
Yeah. And thankfully, it's not, because he does like this. Thank God, that gets so old really quickly. Yeah, it looks funny when it needs to be funny. It looks serious when it needs to be serious.
It's kind of badass at points, like during the fight scenes.
Yeah, she's sitting there, just storms in, there's all these Germans about to just beating the shit out of them.
Like one guy tries to, like, hit her with something, and, like, it just smashes against her.
Mm-hmm. And she smashes her van bracelets together and just sends a shockwave of power against them. That screams awesome. And to be fair, she was probably the best part of Batman vs. Superman. All 5 minutes she was in the movie of a nearly 3-hour-long trot.
Yeah, he's still inside she with you? I thought she was with you. It's like, of course she's with you, Batman. You're the one email her, dumbass.
Did you forget something?
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne, for being the greatest detective alive, you were real stupid.
Yeah, I mean, obviously seeing those lines were there just for the freaking trailer.
Mm-hmm. And it's bad they could just cut that out.
Well, they could have filmed that, like, for the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But then just, like, leave it out of the movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They could have cut it out, the movie itself. Movie proper. Yeah, hey, we're not shitting on it. It looks like a good trailer. We're actually looking forward to it.
We're keeping an open mind, is the thing. I'm not getting my hopes up too high, because...
DC has so far done nothing but disappoint.
And also, this is a prequel to Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
Which, oh, God, piece of shit.
There is one thing that's really bothered me about this movie, and it actually is Chris Pine, not because of his character or what his acting or anything. It's what I fear the story's going to become.
Yeah. Like, we were talking about this last night.
Yeah.
You were worried that they were going to have him be, like, her only reason for...
deciding to get away from Themyscira, and also, because he dies, she decides to shun humanity at the same time.
Yeah. Because eventually he's got to die. She's immoral, he's not.
Yeah. And he ain't around in the other stuff.
Yeah.
Woo, spoiler alert, somebody dies of old age or something.
Yeah, this is World War One, and she looks the same as she did in Batman vs. Superman.
Which takes place like 2015, I think is exactly what they said. Or
something like that. Like 18 months, something like that, after...
3 years.
No, I don't know. I don't particularly care either.
Well, that isn't our Rantings and Ravings. I will go ahead and give you a small preview. I'm going to give a full actual review over Batman vs. Superman. The extended edition, it's the biggest problem is it's 3 hours long, and we got to figure out a way to
want me to brave it through you?
Through it with me?
Yes.
There we go. Yes, I want some help.
Words are hard.
Because this movie, the original cut was terrible. It was god awful. I don't know how adding 30 minutes is gonna make it any better. It was already a terrible movie.
Yeah, supposedly they explain why Batman branding those criminals, that's a death sentence.
They show it, I know that much, but I don't know who cares.
It's like, it's really unnecessary bullshit.
It's just unnecessary violence, just have violence.
Well, I mean, the whole idea of, like, when Batman brands someone and they end up in prison, it's a death sentence.
Yeah, wouldn't that mean it's like, hey, you braved the bat, somehow you were able to keep Batman one of the world's greatest detectives who's able to find anything. You were able to live through him, especially when the motherfucker just mows through assholes all the time.
Yeah, it's like he kills like minions and underlings, like the big bad guys he saves from prison. Like,
yeah, like one guy.
I figured that'd be the opposite, but okay.
Yeah, like one guy put it's like, hey, Bats, just because you run over people with your tank car doesn't make you not a murderer, asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes no sense other than to like add fuel to Superman's fire.
But even then, it doesn't make sense.
To make him hate Batman even more. So
how dare you kill people? You kill people too, but you shouldn't kill people.
Murder Man versus Captain Hypocrite.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, assholes. Fucking dickheads. Nothing but dickheads.
But yeah, getting back to the Wonder Woman trailer. Yeah, I too am worried that like they're gonna put like a little too much emphasis on a love story. It's like I would love it if. You know, I'm a sucker for a good love story, a good happy ending. But this is Wonder Woman we're talking about. I'm not saying she can't be in love, but...
If she's going to be in love with anybody, it's going to be Bruce Wayne. He's the only one who won't put up with her. She's the only one she's going to put up with his shit, too.
Yeah, I was going... No, she won't put up with Superman.
Oh, no.
I love Superman, but...
She'd slap shit out of him.
Practically speaking, Wonder Woman would see Superman as a wimp.
Yeah.
Whereas she would see, like, Batman or somebody... as, you know, somebody who can get shit done.
Yeah, he's actually a warrior. He's a fighter. You know, it would appeal to her in a lot of ways. But she doesn't have to have somebody. That's the one thing I want them to not focus on.
She doesn't need a man. That's, you know, part of the whole 90s girl power thing that, you know, I grew up with. I grew up, like, watching Xena and, like, sing along to Spice Girls. It's like I was kind of part of that. Sure.
Yeah, I worry about it, but at the same time, I know they're probably going to go with it anyway because it's what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's like a nice little twist. That's what I was trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little twist would be that he turns out to be just a friend.
Yeah, that would be a great twist. To make, hey, he's just a really good friend. And she's upset over his death, and it does make her do that. But it's not because of him being a love interest. It's just because she lost a dear friend to her.
Yeah.
But that would be great. I don't know or think they're even going to do that, but I would love it.
Yeah, because they kind of hinted a love story in the trailer.
Yeah.
With the, like, being close together and almost kissing.
Yeah. Though I did like the one line. It's like, so who's your... You don't have a father? I was born from Zeus. That's cool. Alright.
Don't know what to say to that. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, alright, how do I follow up to that one? Oh, but yes, we're going to go ahead and say it. Wonder Woman. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly intrigued.
Yeah, like that. I'm not getting my hopes up too terribly high. It's like, I'm keeping an open mind, though.
Oh, mine's reserved as hell.
Yeah.
But... I'm still at least looking forward to it. It's not like with Batman vs. Superman. Every consecutive trailer that was released, it just looked worse and worse and worse. And then it came out, and it was worse than any of the trailers.
Yeah, I was like, I think we were both wanting to see it. Just see just how bad it was.
It was a train wreck you have to watch almost.
Yeah. So you gotta see it for yourself. Make up your own mind, like with Twilight or 50 Shades or anything. Like that.
Oh, don't remember about 50 Shades. I imagine all the shit I'm getting on my Suicide Squad review. There is something...
It's a 50 Shades joke?
Oh, no, it's something that happens in Suicide Squad.
Okay, don't tell me.
Still pisses me off, people. But, hey, let's move to the other big movie. DC's Avengers... Oh, I'm sorry, Justice League.
Well, one more thing I was going to say about Wonder Woman was, yeah, with Batman vs. Superman, like, we want to see just how bad it was. But this, like, we're kind of curious to see, like, hey, is it actually going to be good?
Yeah, are they actually able to make a good movie?
Yeah.
Because actually, I would say...
So, yeah, we're curious in two different ways for these movies.
Yeah, but Suicide Squad also was a movie that I didn't like most of its trailers. Most of the trailers, like, It didn't help Jared Leto's wiener just smeared all over it, and he's still the worst part of that movie.
Yeah, Harley doesn't do the Mr. J voice.
She does do that in the movie. I will say that much.
She didn't do it in the trailer, though.
But she does do it in the movie. And she even says...
That's what you and your brother were saying.
Yeah, and she even said at one point, Mr. J. And I was like, that was so good for me.
Fangasm.
I was like, a little squee inside. And then the rest of the movie just stomped a mud hole into it and it made me forget about it.
Yeah, and Jared Leto with the, let me show you my toys.
Show you my toys.
So that's not Joker. Just...
Oh, yeah. I had a whole rant on it. That's the reason why my video is nearly 50 minutes long.
Can you, ban Joker? Because you're not going to be able to top Heath Ledger.
Hell, he doesn't even top, what's his name?
Jack Nicholson?
He definitely does not top Jack Nicholson. He doesn't even top the guy from the Batman show.
Yeah, I know.
Caesar or something. Cesar Chavez, I don't
know. No, wrong dude.
He definitely doesn't top Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill still does a terrific Joker. Damn, that laugh is still frightening.
It's the one who bugged me. Who played
the Joker in Batman TV show?
Meanwhile, let's move on to Justice League.
Yeah, we have to talk about Justice League.
Because we have way too much time talking about Wonder Woman.
And I know we just kind of pretty much said Zack Snyder is scum of any filmmaking.
He's...
Though I can say something. I can tell that Zack Snyder's not completely in control, or he was not one that helped to do most of these scenes. It had to be Ben Affleck, or it had to be somebody else. Because, damn, does this actually look like a movie? It looks interesting. It does exactly what the trailer was needed to do. Introduce us to the main Justice League characters that we're going to be getting Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman.
That's one thing that really annoyed me about Batman vs. Superman. Like, trying to introduce these little...
shoehorn them in. And
yeah, it's like, if you're not familiar with Cyborg... that scene will make no sense to you whatsoever.
That scene doesn't make sense to me, and I know quite a bit about Cyborg. And I was like,
so do I.
Then I had to look it up. What?
As soon as the guy said his name was like something Stone,
and
he was like experimenting on Sun, it's like, oh, it's Victor Stone, aka Cyborg. I only know that because I watched Smallville. But if you you're not familiar, like I said, if you're not familiar with like Teen Titans or I think he's on Teen Titans.
Yeah, he was on Teen Titans.
Yeah, if you're not familiar.
Familiar with that, or the DC animated movies,
or Smallville, or anything. It's like you're not gonna know what the hell is going on, and it's just it really is. They're trying to make Avengers. They're trying to appeal to the fans, the comic book fans, but you kind of alienate some other.
You're alienating the people who are trying to watch the movie.
Yeah,
because there are some people who love the Avengers who have never read a single comic of the Avengers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And that's an issue. You can't just say, oh, we're just going to just pure comic book fans. It's like you got to find that perfect way of bridging between the two.
That's why they alienated, they kind of appealed to comic book fans with that one thing, and then towards the end kind of insulted their intelligence.
Oh, yeah. You just go ahead and spoil it. Superman dies at the end of Batman vs. Superman. And, yeah, it's like...
Cesar Romero is his name.
I was right, Caesar. I thought it was Romero, but I was like,
how the hell do you remember that?
Genius. I'm surprised you put it up. Wrong guy and everything.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I see this trailer and I'm like, there's a little Zack Snyder here and there, but like anything involving Barry Allen and Bruce Wayne, which always was one of my highlights with Justice League, the television show. The whole chemistry between them and they're just talking to each other was fantastic. It was like, that's Barry Allen. Now whatever that shit is that's on CW, I don't know what the fuck that is. That's some travesty somebody threw on television. And even you admit the show's getting kind of bad.
Well, it's getting kind of boring, and like I told you what happened in the season 2 finale.
Yeah, and it's stupid.
And it's going to have reverberations, not just through Flash season 3, but also throughout possibly the rest of the Arrowverse.
And also Legends of Tomorrow.
Well, that's part of the
people.
Well, that's part of the Arrowverse.
Yeah. Well, so
it was spun off from Arrow.
Yeah, because
Arrow and Flash.
We all have to have our down days.
Anyway, yeah, I'm with you on the Barry thing. It's like I liked it. I liked how they allude to him being a nerd.
And also, he's goofy.
Yeah, That feels like an oversimplification.
Yeah, whenever he's talking about you're fast. That feels like an oversimplification. That was actually a pretty good line.
Like, yeah, sciencey nerd. Just like, yeah, that's one way to put it. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Elaine's like, I mean, yeah, I could use friends.
Yeah, I don't have very many friends. Alright, that's really funny.
Yeah.
And that's, again, another thing that was missing from Batman vs. Superman. Levity. Yeah. You never had really very many jokes or anything. It was just constant droopiness or anything.
Yeah,
the most jokes you had was Lawrence Fishburne, where they just came on set a little drunk. He's like, I want to say this line.
Yeah,
I'm walking back my truck.
The only good parts were Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Somehow, like, clicking your heels together and going back to Kansas.
Well, click your heels back together and go back to Kansas, Kent.
Or something.
That was kind of funny.
In other news, water wet.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Alright, that's pretty funny there.
Yeah, the only good part is Lawrence Fishburne.
But like I said, this kind of has a little levity, and there's some good parts that made me think, I think Zack Snyder's not as much in the helm of this one. It feels a lot more Ben Affleck-ish. There are some great moments. Now, I might have to go into a small tangent about this. I'm not saying Zack Snyder is the worst filmmaker ever, though, because he has a great eye. Like, he can put together just beautifully looking scenes. Watchmen is a perfect example. It is a gorgeous look at movie, even though its story is terrible. I will fight anybody to death about that. I still agree the comic was even not good.
Yeah, I'm just glad Zack Snyder got off that, like, slow motion and speed it back up. Slow motion and speed it back up bullshit that he used like every single one of his movies. It's like, okay, there's a time when it can be used, another time it's like, okay, get off it, get over it, move on.
I just slow motion everything. It's like, this movie would probably be about an hour and a half long. You sped it up. Paul W.S. Anderson has that issue. Like, what's the movie? Resident Evil Afterlife is an hour and 40 minute long movie that it's like 45 minutes in slow motion. It is probably a 20-minute long movie if you sped it up into its just regular speed. But I think Zack Snyder can actually put together some great scenes visually. Like, there's the scene whenever Batman is talking with Arthur Curry, Aquaman.
A.K.A. Orin. His Atlantean name, which people...
Again, he's going to be known by his human name, because if they call him Orin, they're going to think he's the guy who made the RoboCop movies. Or the production company. I don't think... No, their name's Orion. Or Orin. No, it's Orin. Movie nerd.
But,
and an idiot at the same time.
Yeah, because... Well, I'm not sure what backstory they're going with Aquaman. It seems like he's purely Atlantean, like he's never really...
He's never been on the mainland.
Yeah, he was never raised by a human mother. Like, he may or may not have been born of a human mother. Mm-hmm. Like in the TV show that never really got picked up. He used to have a Justin Harley.
Yeah, made by CW. Wonder why.
Actually, it was still WB then, but...
Whatever. Same difference.
Yeah, he later played Green Arrow in Smallville. But anyway. Yeah, I just wonder about the origins. Like, okay, is he born of a human mother, or is he just purely Atlantean?
I think they're going with the New 52. It's one of the main faults that is hurting currently the DC Entertainment Universe. They're taking too much cues from the New 52. Same time, they're trying to copy stuff from the 90s stuff that was really, really extreme and cool. And it's nowadays very, very dated. Because the New 52, if I'm not mistaken, he's called Arthur Curry. Is what he goes by when he's on land.
Well, yeah, on Smallville, like, when he's first introduced, his name is Arthur Curry, or AC for short.
Because that's what you would call somebody.
And then, like, in the final season, when he returns for, like, one episode, he's married to Mira, and he's going by his Atlantean name, Orin. Or at least Mira keeps referring to him as Orin.
Well, again, like I said, he's found on land, and he talks to it. And obviously, if somebody just goes around and just names just Orin, they're going to think you're a weirdo. But...
Or maybe his parents were hippies.
My parents called me Tesla. I can't figure out why. That's where you were made, son. That's where you were made. But I am worried only about Aquaman, probably not because of his origins like you are, but because of the actor who's playing him. You haven't seen Conan the Barbarian, the remake. He
I haven't even
is
seen the original.
terrible in that. That movie is one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time, and it's not even watchably bad because everything he says is like
Shatner's
this.
it.
Oh, I wish it was as fun as Shatner. It just sounds like a guy who plain can't act. And he is saying things and trying to sound like he's serious.
Well, I mean, I haven't really seen much of Game of Thrones, but wasn't he, like, decent on that?
He was good in Game of Thrones. He had about 12 lines in the whole show.
His whole run on that show.
Yeah, he's barely in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, wasn't he on?
And even then, he wasn't speaking English.
Yeah, wasn't he like 3 seasons?
No, he was in the first season.
Oh, I thought he was there for like 2 or 3 seasons.
He was in the 3rd season for a single episode, and that was for about 5 minutes.
Did he episode where he gets killed?
No, he gets killed at the end of the 1st season.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers! Khal Drogo dies.
Okay, you gonna have to sit me down and show me.
I got seasons 1 through 2. 1 through 2. Yeah, not 1 and 2. No, got 1 through 2. Make it more.
You goober.
But yeah, I'm worried about because he's not that great of an actor, and also
He's kind of pretty to look at.
But
I know it doesn't really make up for an acting ability.
yeah, if your acting ability is shit,
you just don't like that he's not blonde.
I do have an issue about him not being blonde, but it does make sense of the fact that, you know, it seems like this world that they live on in this DC universe is constantly in clouds. Yeah. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a sunny day in all these movies yet.
And isn't he also supposed to be Greek? Like, a descendant of Poseidon?
I don't know that. It's revealed his backstory, really. He's just a dude who has a trident.
Well, that's the
comic book backstory?
Yeah.
All Atlanteans are descended from Poseidon.
Incest.
Yes, lots of incest. They're the original Alabama. I'm sorry, Arkansas. Well, Alabama too, sorry. Y'all like to fuck your sisters and cousins. Y'all are weird.
Oh, we just pissed off a whole state.
Oh, it would suck even more when I tell them that their football team sucks in Alabama. Sorry, it does.
There's like Mississippi earlier.
Oh, yeah, the guy driving Mississippi who can't figure out how to stay in his lane. It's like, yeah, dude, it's one lane.
All over our lane.
Oh, well.
Finally got over. Ugh.
Oh, and one other thing that's kind of bothering me, but I know why, and it's because Warner Brothers are fucking retards. Again, sorry to use that word, but this seems that way. Cyborg, I don't like it's completely CGI. Like, Suicide Squad, most of Deadshot's stuff, and in fact his little eyepiece, only the actual like eyepiece that he uses the sight, it was all regular stuff. It was actually practical effects. I don't know why we can't do that. I know possibly it's because of the same issues that Paul Bettany has with his Vision costume. Maybe it might be the issue, or it might be other things. Because Paul Bettany has problems with it because it gets very hot. Because he's obviously wearing a full makeup thing.
Yeah, 10 tons of like makeup and that suit and that thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much a CGI suit he's trying to wear. Well, green screen suit.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, he has to wear these like cooling things in there so it'll cool him off. But he says even then it's very hot.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
But he's proud to be the Vision.
Yeah, he does a good job, I think.
Yeah, he does a very good job. It's very it almost has a hint of there is life there, but it's obviously still robotic, which I love.
Yeah, he's very childlike.
Mm-hmm.
He's
innocent.
Yeah, he's like exploring humanity and exploring human emotions, and so not in the destructive way that
Ultron did.
Yeah.
Still love James Spader's Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron's was very childlike, but he had a more native outlook on humanity, obviously.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he was created by Stark, and he didn't have any boundaries set on what he should learn. And that's the problem when you create from a guy who pretty much was a weapons manufacturer, and the first thing you're going to go through is Stark Files.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird way to kind of think deeper into Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yeah, whereas Vision, I like him. He has the attitude of pretty much Jor-El from Superman movies. They're great people, Kal-El. They wish to be.
Jor-El from every movie but Man of Steel. Because in Man of Steel,
well, every incarnation.
Yeah. Man of Steel.
Even like David Warner on Lois and Clark. Or even kind of dickish Terrence Stamp on Smallville.
You know, we are so not talking about Justice League.
I know it. We keep getting off topic. Bad habit we have.
Oh, and they are alluding more to the mother boxes and obviously Darkseid, which was heavily alluded to. If you knew anything about the comic books. Pardon me. To be fair, I will say Marvel does suffer from some of the same issues. Such as, like, Megan kind of didn't understand my squee moment at the end of the first Avengers whenever they showed Thanos, and whenever the guy said, it's like, to face them is his face deads up. Squeed. Because Infinity Gauntlet was going through my head, one of my favorite miniseries. And Megan's like, what are you so happy about that for? Oh, it's this and this and this. Just like 5,000 things I had to explain at once. Hey, I have magic cards, so... Hey, can't get much nerdier than that. No, D&D. Never mind. But, like I said, I do understand that there were a lot of Darkseid references in Superman vs. Batman.
I am somewhat familiar with Darkseid, and even I didn't get them.
Obviously, the mother box that he used to create Cyborg. And also when...
I didn't know that was a mother box.
Yeah, that was a mother box.
I'm not entirely sure I know what a mother box is.
It's a box. It's a box that does stuff. That's really the best way I can describe it. You're welcome.
Thanks, that's real helpful.
I know, I'm just full of helpful hints.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but whenever Batman was having his Mad Max dream, where Superman was like evil and just killing people left and right.
Yeah.
The little demons, I think they're called parademons, are from Darkseid's planet. That looks like Apocalypse because you saw what the fire is. It's shooting up constantly. That is how Apocalypse is set. Oh. Like I said, they're setting up Darkseid, but I'm curious if they're going to kind of explain things a little better.
Yeah, supposedly that painting of like the demon coming from above or something.
Yeah, that's...
And, Lex at the end with the ding 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 ding.
He is coming. Ding 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 ding.
That was so fucking annoying.
Shut up, Jesse. Jesse, you don't need to cook. We're cooking the meth.
He didn't. I won't say he did a terrible job as.
Oh, I will say he did a terrible job.
Lex, he did a decent job playing like Joker.
Yeah.
That's more who he was.
Yeah,
just kind of.
Yeah, it was more Joker and so.
Like just kind of schizophrenic and it's like
out of control, and that's not
crazy.
Lex.
And don't call me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's more of a Joker thing than Lex.
Lex is much more controlled, even with his psychosis.
Yeah, he's very calculated. He has like this genius IQ, which he used to scheme and calculate. And...
You know, he does do a lot of stupid things. But hey, with Justice League, like I said, trailer looks good. It looks like an actual movie.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
It looks like it's going to try and have fun. It looks like it's going to try and actually do something, I hope.
Yeah, like with the Wonder Woman trailer, I am cautiously optimistic. It looks interesting, but I'm keeping an open mind. But I'm not. Again, I'm not getting my hopes up too terribly high.
Yeah. I was on so high you can let your hopes get up with DC. It feels
like, especially with in the Batman vs Superman universe that universe of Batman. That incarnation.
You say universe.
That's what I was trying to say. Of Batman.
And Superman.
Yeah,
And Wonder Woman. Flash.
Yeah, Superman not appearing.
He'll appear at the end of the movie.
Possibly.
That is one of the bad things. Is like,
yeah, probably like some after credits scene where they'll reveal like he's actually alive or he's coming back to life.
Yeah. The sad thing is they really have played their hand with that.
It's like, yeah, first of all, comic books did a similar storyline a few years ago. I don't even read comics, and even I know this. So.
Can I let you know something? It was in the 90s they did this. It was more than a few. It was 20 years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that was like 90s, early 2000s. I just wasn't sure.
Mid-90s. 1984, if I'm not mistaken.
But anywho. it was some time ago.
Yeah, it's been a
It is my thing, what I'm saying. But, like, I don't even read comic books. I know this. So that's... you're insulting my intelligence. You're especially insulting the intelligence of people who actually do read the comics. And two...
You can't kill off a guy we already know has been cast in 2 other movies.
Yeah, there's that. And also, even I have to say, DC doesn't have the balls to kill off Superman.
Yeah.
When they're, probably making Holy Trinity.
Yeah, because pretty much he was the only one making them any money because they weren't making any more Batman movies for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to Christopher Nolan.
Mm-hmm. Even then, Christopher Nolan's record just gotten spotty as of late. But that's a personal opinion.
I was like, what is with them, reboot on, damn movies on, damn heroes every few years? Like, a different incarnation. Even if they don't get their own movie.
To be fair, when it came to Superman, they needed to have rebooted him.
Well, that I get. I'm talking about Batman. Or, Spider-Man and the Avengers.
With Spider-Man and the Avengers, that was more because they couldn't just go with the Sony stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Such a jump cut. Sorry. Pretty sure you could hear that while we were talking for a second. Cat was scratching. She was wanting in. But the reason why they rebooted Spider-Man into the new thing...
Though I'm not complaining necessarily about that Spider-Man, because I think it did a pretty good job.
Yeah, and also Amazing Spider-Man 2 was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the thing is that... I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, big issue with Amazing Spider-Man 2 was...
terrible storytelling.
Yeah.
Terrible villains.
Yeah, the motivation for Jamie Foxx's character. It's like, oh, Spider-Man betrayed me. He tricked me. It's like, that's so... No, he didn't.
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, it's like they make a big deal about he feels invisible. And now finally this is a chance to shine.
Yeah, there was a thing they could have went through. It just seems like, I'm happy everybody's now noticing me and, he's kind of just absorbing the spotlight.
Like, that would have been enough of motivation, make people, sit up and take notice of him after being invisible for so long. That I can understand.
Yeah.
That I can get behind, but it's like, oh, Spider-Man tricked me. No, he didn't.
He, in fact, was trying to help him. And it was like,
yeah, the cops side take advantage.
And I know they're trying to go with the whole, well, this just gives him a reason to be mad at Spider-Man. Well, Electro could be taking control of it, or obviously be absorbing the spotlight and everybody's attention, and he's destructive. Then he would have a reason to be mad at Spider-Man. How dare you try to take away my spotlight?
Tries to rain on his parade, because...
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, you gotta stop. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't kill people or hurt people or anything just for fun of it. Yeah, the problem was the writing. The movie was very poorly.
Jamie Foxx wasn't bad in that.
No, he was creepy, but...
Yeah, it was very... It's like, stalker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like he wasn't bad, wasn't bad acting, but it just, yeah, like you said, the writing.
Yeah, the writing was what failed that movie.
Yeah, plus the new kid they got for Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Huh?
That's the new guy who's played Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
For a second it sounded like you said Tom Welling. I was like, no?
No, Tom Holland.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going deaf, I swear.
What?
But, yeah.
He did a good job.
Yeah, it's like, I'll grade him. Did a pretty good job. Like, oh, remember that old movie, Star Wars?
Empire Strikes Back? Tony, how old is this kid?
I didn't know. I didn't carbon date him.
Also helps the writing's very good. And Captain America Civil War was one of the best.
Yeah, we can go on and on about that movie.
Yeah, I could go on just on and on. But the reason why they rebooted that was because they couldn't really follow up to Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because they already had these other ideas that pretty much would have taken Spider-Man out of the main Marvel universe.
Is he getting his own movie?
Yes, so he's getting his own movie and everything. But it's going to have Tony Stark in it. And it's going to have some other things.
Is he going to be in high school still?
Yeah, he's going to be in high school. But from the sounds of it, they're going to then progress and move him.
Poor Spider-Man, so he's taking him forever to get out of high school.
Yeah, some bitch can't get out of high school.
Yeah, it was like 20 or 30 years before they finally let him graduate high school in the comics.
No, he graduated high school in 3 years.
No, I mean...
In the comics. Yeah, he was in high school as long as he should have been.
No, I mean, like...
In the comics, yeah.
20 or 30 years of, like, storylines of him in high school. I mean, they only took place within...
It only took place over 3 years of storylines in the comics. That was actually a famous...
Pull up YouTube.
That is something that they poke fun of, is that in the comics, he was only in high school... Actually in high school within, continuing comics, not like stuff that retcons or goes back in time or anything like that. He was only in there for 3 years. And then he was in college for, I think, like 4. If the camera's jiggling, my cat is loving on the tripod. She's like, I gotta put my scent on it. But...
Yeah, so I keep moving around my butt. It's falling asleep.
But in the comics, like, he's not been in high school for a long time. Since the 60s.
That's what I'm saying. Is like they had him in this. I mean, yeah, I know it took him like 3 years to graduate, but
in the comic book line, he was out of high school. Like let's say it was 1965. He came out of college in 1968. Pretty much, it was exactly how long he needed to have been in high school.
We were even watching a thing the other day about this,
and they said that. And they said though with the movies, it's been nearly 20 years, and he hasn't graduated. Because pretty much went from high school, now he's kind of in college, now he's kind of out of high school, now he's back in high school.
Yeah.
He's still in high school.
What I'm thinking about.
And now he's back in high school still.
That may be what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's what they were making fun of. The fact that, like I said, it's been nearly 20 years, he hasn't graduated high school.
As I said earlier in the video, I have slept since then.
I know. But, yeah, they had to reboot Spider-Man so that way they could actually fit into the Marvel universe.
Oh.
That's my cat's opinion. With Superman, they had to because, would you want to try and follow up Superman Returns?
That I get. They're trying to create a whole thing separate from Superman Returns because very few people liked it. I'm one of the weirdos who owns it on DVD. Invite me.
Everybody's got to have Ambien. It was such a boring movie. But
anyway, that I guess just.
But why did they have to reboot Batman?
Yeah, like having to reboot Batman every few years.
They're not having to reboot Batman every few years because if you think about it, it was 1996 whenever Batman and Robin came out, and then it wasn't until 2005 that another Batman movie came out.
I think there was another hero that they're trying to reboot though. I don't remember.
Nobody else really. I mean, in the comic books, people are up in arms because Iron Man or Tony Stark's no longer going to be Iron Man. The mantle's going to be taken up by a black girl. Must have black woman. It's like, no, she's like 17. She's still a girl. And people are like, no. I have no issues with this. I'm like, they should just give her a new character. She might be a new character. We don't know. She might just be taking over the Invincible Iron Man store or the Invincible Iron Man books.
Well, I think a lot of people had the issue with. It's like, well, instead of
creating a new character, they just
it's like you want, a black superhero or a female superhero or anything like that. It's like, why not just create a whole new character? It's like that kind of makes sense, but at the same time, like, if she's taking over the mantle, like, maybe.
Well, it's sort of like with Captain America, no longer Steve Rogers, it's Falcon.
Yeah, that makes sense though. He was at least Captain America's sidekick.
Yeah, and Bucky. Yeah. Can you move your chair up? No.
I like smiling after that kiss. Like, yeah, get it, boy.
And some people are like, oh, that's probably incest.
No.
No, he never slept with what's-her-face, or as far as we know.
Yeah, like, they never had a chance.
And besides the fact, that's her aunt and not
her daughter.
Yeah, her granddaughter.
Yeah. So, there you go. Booyah. Yeah.
Kills that stupid theory that people had. But hey, we've talked about everything but Justice League for a while. Yeah, we're looking forward to these movies.
To sum up.
Yeah, we're looking forward to them. Please, DC. Please.
Quit fucking up.
Make them interesting. That's what we want. We want a story that it feels concise. It doesn't feel like you're splitting stuff up unnecessarily. And fun.
And it stays true to the characters.
Stays true to the characters in the best of sense. Not stays true like, oh, this character has to be white because they're a white person.
Well, I mean, stay true to, like, their personality, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's what you should say. Because staying true to your characters means also keeping ethnicity and everything.
I thought it was implied, me saying staying true to the character, staying true to who they are, essentially.
Yeah. That's...
Like, deep down. Like, with Superman. He... Just no. No. No, Zack Snyder. No.
Well, what can we say? He just doesn't understand humans.
No, he doesn't. I mean, the fact that he has to explain why Superman hates killing is like... because he was raised right. Yeah. I mean, it's like, we never killed, and we know killing is wrong. It's like... where are you dropping your head?
Well, he's never done it, so obviously he wouldn't know if it's right. Zack Snyder, do you kill people or something? Is that what you're trying to slowly tell us? Have you committed every crime and atrocity possible?
Just to see if
I put my dick in the salad bar. I shit on a homeless person once. I had to make sure it wasn't wrong. Thanks, Zach. You're a psycho. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, no one does not understand the character. He doesn't understand humanity. How parenting works.
He doesn't understand humans. I think Zack Snyder might be an alien. That would make a lot of sense with what he does and how he thinks his thing with things. Oh, well.
Maybe that's why he likes slow motion. The people on his planet move in slow motion.
Maybe. Heavy gravity and they can't move as fast.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's wrap his mother up.
Yeah. Like I said, we're looking forward to it, but please give these
cautiously optimistic.
Give them life. That's what we want. Just keep the tones that everybody is loving in the trailers. Keep it going. Make sure these are just enjoyable movies. Worry about trying to make a good movie before you're worrying about trying to make a universe. And that's the biggest issue that has existed.
They're too worried about trying to compete with Marvel. Avengers. Yeah.
They're too worried about trying to go against Marvel. And it's like y'all shouldn't be.
Don't worry about them. Do your own thing, DC.
Yeah, make sure you're making good movies and quit sitting there thinking, oh, we have to do a big, massive team up because Avengers already beat us to it.
Yeah, Marvel's kind of like the cool kid in school. DC's like the ones like trying too hard to be like Marvel, trying to be cool. Mm-hmm. It's like, just do your own thing. People will love you for it. Yep. And if they don't, oh well. It's like, just do your own thing.
Well, that's the thing. They're trying to do their own thing, but their own thing's stupid and it's rushed. That's the biggest problem.
Well, like I said, they're trying to compete with Marvel.
At the same time, they're not. It's just causing the issues. Because they're trying to make it dark. We're edgy. We're extreme.
Yeah, it's like trying to differentiate themselves. Trying to make it not seem like they're trying to copy Marvel.
They're trying to be Image. Image Comics. They're trying to be extreme. And totally not feeling or understanding what's going on. They're Rob Liefeld. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Try something, please, DC. Please do decent. At least you've already swung 3 times and missed. Please don't make it 2 more. It doesn't make sense then. But hopefully I'll have another one soon where we'll talk about Superman vs. Batman and its extended Blu-ray edition. So we'll rant and rave next time, everybody. So I'll see y'all later.